राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम की पूरी तो हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे Second, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Rama Hare Siddhi Chalita Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare yeah. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Radhana Swami Kiranani Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Kiranani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pachhatade Satarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shridhar Gauranga Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. No, not for Maharaj. Prabhupada, that is for Prabhupada. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Can you bring my phone? My sister, I love that. Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare.
That we went to Mayapur. They gave one house, house that when Maharaj Maharaj
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपस्ताय भूतले श्रीमती रामस्वामी नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपस्ताय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रसादिनी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य सदानंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीमती गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji's Dandavad Pranam. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much for joining today. We'll start with BG calendar, Lavanya. 1st December, can you please read? Lavanya, are you there? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, I'm in the kitchen, so I'll read later. Okay?
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Welcome Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Jayate Yat Krupa Tamahamade Sri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishra Om Pavitra Pavitra Sarva Vasangato Yasmaret Pundari Kaksha Sabahya Abhyantaram Suji Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Let us pray some of the Bhagavatam prayers. Narayanam namaskrutyam naram chaivam narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama sloke bhaktrivati naishtiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nandagopakumaraya govindaya namo namo pankajanaಭಾಯ namo pankajamare namo pankajanetraya namo pankajangraye. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Cosmic Manifestation, Chapter 8, Questions by Parikshit Maharaj. Let me share. Yeah, yesterday we have done 1 to 6 verses. So today we'll continue from 2.8.7. So these are the sections we have read yesterday. Parikshit inspires Sukadeva Goswami and Narada Muni preaching exploits, and 2 to 6 glories of Harikatha, purification of heart. 2.8.4, 5 and 6 we have recited the help of Piltman Prabhu and very, very important prayers. Yesterday I got an idea, like, whenever we read, whenever, these are the wonderful and beautiful verses, I'm going to put in one slide so we can have practice those also. When after all the slokas practice done. Very, very important verses like Bhagavad Gita, some of the verses, Bhagavatam, some of the verses, Chaitanya Charitamrita, some of the verses. While we reading, and Prabhupada writes in connection with those. That's a beauty actually. That's where, very connected verses and easy to understand. That's the Acharya's help. With the Acharya's help only, we will be able to understand scripture properly. Otherwise, we can't. So today we'll read from 7 and whatever verses. So let me share Veda base. So 7 to 23 questions by Parikshit, and here 7 to 11 is asking questions about the Lord and the Jiva, and 11 to 23 questions about Kala, Karma and other topics. Yesterday we have discussed. Srila Prabhupada so nicely explained each of the topic, like 5 things, 5 important topics of Bhagavad Gita, BJP KK, or whatever, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala and Karma. So those 5 topics elaborately discussed in entire Bhagavad Gita by Krishna himself. So we'll start. And I have hard stop at 8:30 actually. Anybody, Deepa Mataji, are you in front of laptop, Mataji? Hare Krishna. Are you able to hear me, devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Anybody on laptop?
Yes, Prabhuji. Myself.
మీరు ఉంటారా ప్రభు, అంటే మీ స్కూల్ ఉంటుంది కదా?
ఉంటారు Prabhuji. అదే నేను వెళ్ళాను.
ఓకే. దీపా మాతాజీ, హరే కృష్ణ.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
సారీ మాతాజీ, మీరు ల్యాప్టాప్ లో ఉన్నారా?
నేను ల్యాప్టాప్ లో ఉన్నాను ప్రభుజీ.
ఓకే. నేను 8:30 వరకు చేసి మీకు హోస్ట్ ఇస్తాం మాత. కెన్ యూ మేనేజ్ మాత?
ప్రభుజీ అంటే కొంచెం అంటే పేరెంట్స్ హ్యావ్ షిఫ్టెడ్ విత్ మీ, కొంచెం అది
ఆ,
బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ సర్వింగ్ టైం అది ఉంటుంది.
ఆ,
సో
ఓకే ఓకే.
ఐ కెన్ టేక్ ఇట్ ఫస్ట్, లెట్ మీ టేక్ ఇట్ అండ్ దెన్ విల్
కీప్ ఇట్. ఐ మీన్ శ్లోక ప్రాక్టీస్ కదా.
అదే
శ్లోక
స్క్రీన్
ప్రాక్టీస్ స్లైడ్
పెట్టేస్తే స్క్రీన్
స్లైడ్
పెట్టేస్తే
ఓపెన్
everybody can practice.
యా, స్లైడ్ ఓపెన్ చేసి పెట్టండి.
Yeah.
దే ప్రాక్టీస్ విత్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ట్రాన్స్లేషన్.
Okay, ప్రభుజీ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. సో విల్ స్టార్ట్ రీడింగ్. Let me share now. Yeah. Yeah, Samyukta Mata, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: O learned Brahmana, the transcendental spirit soul is different from the material body. Does he acquire the body accidentally or by some cause? Will you kindly explain this, for it is known to you? Purport: Maharaj Parikshit, being a typical devotee, is not only satisfied by confirming the importance of hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam from the representative of Brahmaji by disciplic succession, but he is still more anxious to establish the philosophical basis of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the science of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and as such, all questions that may arise in the mind of serious student must be cleared by the statements of the authority. A person on the path of devotional service may inquire from his spiritual master all about the spiritual position of God and the living beings. From the Bhagavad Gita as well as from the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is known that qualitatively the Lord and the living beings are one. The living being in the conditioned state of material existence is subjected to many transmigrations by continuous changing the material body. But what are the causes of the material embodiment of the part and parcel of the Lord? Maharaj Parikshit inquires about this very important matter for the benefit of all classes of candidates on the path of self-realization and devotional service to the Lord. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vani Mataji, please complete these 2 paragraphs.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat.
Indirectly, it is confirmed that the Supreme Being, the Lord, makes no such material changes of body. He is spiritually whole, with no difference between his body and his soul, unlike the conditioned soul. The liberated living beings who associate with the Lord in person are also exactly like the Lord. Only the conditioned souls awaiting liberation are subjected to change of bodies. How was the process first begun? In the process of devotional service, the first step is to take shelter of the spiritual master and then inquire from the spiritual master all about the process. This inquiry is essential for immunity to all kinds of offenses on the path of devotional service. Even if one is fixed in devotional service like Maharaj Parikshit, he must still inquire from the realized spiritual master all about this. In other words, the spiritual master must also be well versed and be learned so that he may be able to answer all these inquiries from the devotees. Thus, one who is not well versed in the authorized scriptures and not able to answer all such relevant inquiries should not pose as a spiritual master for the matter of material gain. It is illegal to become a spiritual master if one is unable to deliver the disciple.
Thank you, Mataji. 2.8.8. Deepa Mataji. Sirisha Mataji or Deepa Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whose abdomen the lotus stem sprouted, is possessed of a genetic body according to his own caliber and measurement. Then, what is the specific difference between the body of the Lord and those of common living entities? Purport. One should note how Maharaja Parikshit intelligently put questions before his spiritual master for scientific understanding of the transcendental body of the Lord. It has been described in many places before this that the Lord assumed a gigantic body like that of Karanadaka Shai Vishnu, from whose air pores innumerable universes have generated. The body of Garbhodakashai Vishnu is described as sprouting the lotus stem within which all the planets of the universe remain. And at the top of the stem is the lotus flower on which Lord Brahma is born. In the creation of the material world, the Supreme Lord undoubtedly assumes a gigantic body, and living entities also get bodies, big or small, according to necessity. For example, an elephant gets a gigantic body according to its needs, and so also an ant gets its body according to its needs. Similarly, if the personality of Godhead assumes a gigantic body to accommodate the universes or the planets of a particular universe, there is no difference in the principle of assuming or accepting a particular type of body in terms of necessity. A living being and the Lord cannot distinguish simply by the difference in the magnitude of the body. So the answer depends on the specific significance of the body of the Lord as distinguished from the body of the common living being. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Deepa Mataji, 289. Hare Krishna, Deepa Mataji. Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Chaitanya Katha Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. First time we are seeing you are joined here.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam.
Can I know, Prabhu? Can I know your intro?
Actually, I stay in Hyderabad only, Prabhuji. In Hyderabad.
From which group, Prabhu? I mean,
actually, I know Leelanand Prabhu. Actually, means I'm not very much connected with Kachiboli Prabhu, but definitely I will connect from now on. Recently,
okay.
I was added in the group, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you for showing interest in reading with us. Please join, Prabhu. Thank you very much for joining. Read, okay? We are reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita in a sequence. One chapter after one chapter, like we choose the scripture. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, please continue. 289.
Yes. Brahma. Translation. Brahma, who was not born of a material source, but of the lotus flower coming out of the navel abdomen of the Lord, is the creator of all those who are materially born. Of course, by the grace of Lord, Brahma was able to see the form of Lord. Purport. The first living creature, Brahma, is called Ajaha because he did not take his birth from the womb of mother materially born. He was directly born from the bodily expansion of lotus flower of the Lord. Thus, it is not a readily understandable whether the body of the Lord and that of Brahma are the same quality or different. This must also be clearly understood. One thing is however, certain Brahma was completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord because after his birth he could create living beings by the Lord's grace only, and he could see the form of the Lord. Whether the form seen by Brahma is of the same quality as of the Brahma is a bewildering question, and Maharaja Parikshit wanted to get a clear answer from Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Raju Prabhu, yes, sir.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, 289.
Yep. Translation. Please also explain the personality of Godhead, who lies in every heart as the super soul and as the Lord of all energies, but is untouched by its external energy. Purport. Undoubtedly, the form of the Lord who was seen by Brahma must be transcendental,
Otherwise, how could he simply look upon the creative energy without being touched? It is understand also that the same Purusha lies in the heart of every living entity. This also requires proper explanation. Hare Krishna.
It's all the read, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Right.
translation. O learned Brahmana, it was formally explained that all the planets of the universe with their respective governors are situated in the different parts of the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. I also heard that the different planetary systems are supposed to be in the gigantic body of the Virat Purusha. But what is their actual position? Will you please explain that? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Next level. Right, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Translation. Also, please explain the duration of time between creation and annihilation, and that of other subsidiary creations, as well as the nature of time, indicated by the sound of past, present, and future. Also, please explain the duration and measurement of life of different living beings known as the demigods, the human beings, etc. in different planets of the universe. Purport by Stephen Casey. Past, present, and future are different features of time to indicate the duration of life for the universe and all its paraphernalia, including the different living beings in different planets. Thank you.
2830 answer, Prabhu.
Okay. O purest of Brahmanas, please also explain the cause of different durations of time, both short and long, as well as the beginning of time following the course of action.
So text 14 will be purport. I will read some. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Let me see. Okay. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Then again, kindly describe how the proportionate accumulation of the reactions resulting from the different modes of material nature act upon the desiring living being, promoting or degrading him among the different species of life, beginning from the demigods down to the most insignificant creatures. Purport. The actions and reactions of all works in the material modes of nature, either in the minute form or in the gigantic form, are accumulated, and thus the result of such accumulated actions and reactions of karma or work become manifested in the same proportion. How such actions and reactions take place, what the different procedures are, and in what proportion they act are all subject matters of Maharaj Parikshit inquiries from the great Brahmana Sukadeva Goswami. Life in the higher planets, known as the abodes of the denizens of heaven. Life in the higher planets, known as the abodes of the denizens of heaven, is obtained not by the strength of spacecraft, as is now being contemplated by the inexperienced scientists, but by works done in the mode of goodness. Let me read one more paragraph and wrote. Even on the very planet where we are now living, there are restrictions upon the entrance of foreigners into a country where the citizens are more prosperous. For example, the American government has many restrictions for the entrance of foreigners from less prosperous countries. The reason is that the Americans do not wish to share their prosperity with any foreigner who has not qualified himself as a citizen of America. Similarly, the same mentality is prevailing in every other planet where there are more intelligent living beings residing. The higher planetary living conditions are all in the mode of goodness, and anyone desiring to enter the higher planets, like the moon, sun, and Venus, must qualify thoroughly by activity in complete goodness. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Lavanya, you read, and then later Deepamata is going to read. Okay? Last. Continue in reading.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj Parikshit inquiries are on the basis of proportionate actions of goodness, which qualify one in this planet to be promoted to the highest regions of the universe. Even on this planet of our present existence, one cannot achieve a good position within the social order without being qualified with proportionate good work. One cannot forcibly sit on the chair of a high court judge without being qualified for the post. Similarly, one cannot enter into the higher planetary systems without being qualified by good works in this life. Persons addicted to the habits of passion and ignorance have no chance of entering the higher planetary systems simply by an electronic mechanism. Hare Krishna.
Finish it.
According to the statement of Bhagavad Gita from 9.25, persons trying to qualify themselves for promotion to the higher heavenly planets can go there. Similarly, persons trying for the Pitralokas can go there. Similarly, persons trying to improve the conditions on this earth can also do that. And persons who are engaged in going back home, back to Godhead, can achieve that result. The various actions and reactions of work in the mode of goodness are generally known as pious work with devotional service, culture of knowledge with devotional service, mystic powers with devotional service, and at last, devotional service unmixed with any other varieties of goodness. This unmixed devotional service is transcendental and is called Parabhakti. It is alone can promote a person to the transcendental kingdom of God. Such a transcendental kingdom is not a myth, but it is factual as the moon. One must have transcendental qualities to understand the kingdom of God and God Himself. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Parabhakti. Paro dharmo. Yato bhakti radokshe. Paro dharmo. Parabhakti. Uninterrupted, unmotivated. No mixing with any karmic activities. Pious or impious activities. Okay. Thank you, Lavanya. Yes. Deepa Mata, please read.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O best of the Brahmanas, please also describe how the creation of the globes throughout the universe, the four directions of the heavens, the sky, the planets, the stars, the mountains, the rivers, the seas and the islands, as well as their different kinds of inhabitants take place. Purport. The inhabitants of different varieties of land, etc., are differently situated, and not all of them are equal in all respects. The inhabitants of the land are different from the inhabitants of the water or the sky, and similarly, the inhabitants of the different planets and stars in the sky are also different from one another. By the laws of the Lord, no place is vacant, but the creatures of one particular place are different from those of other places. Even in human society, the inhabitants of the jungles or the deserts are different from those of the cities and villages. They are so made according to different qualities of the modes of nature. Such adjustment by the laws of nature is not blind. There is a great plan behind the arrangement. Maharaja Parikshit requests the great sage Shukdev Goswami to explain all these authoritatively in accordance with proper understanding. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Madhavi Mataji, Hare Krishna. Can you please read 2816? The voice, koncham Mataji, please check your voice, please.
Also, please describe the inner. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Also, please describe the inner and outer space of the universe by specific division, as well as the character and activities of the great souls, and also the characteristics of the different classifications of the caste and orders of social life. Purport. Maharaja Parikshit is a typical devotee of Lord Krishna, and as such, he is anxious to know the complete significance of the creation of the ground. He wants to know the inner and outer space of the universal form. It is quite fitting for the real searcher of knowledge to know all about this. Those who are of the opinion that the devotees of the Lord are satisfied with mere sentiments can find in the inquiries of Maharaja Parikshit good lessons as to how inquisitive a pure devotee is to know things in the true proportion. The modern scientist is unable to know about the inner space of the universal horizon and what to speak of the space which covers the universe. Shall we continue, Prabhu?
Yeah, Mataji. You can read next paragraph. Yes.
Maharaja Parikshit is not satisfied with only material knowledge. He is inquisitive about the character and activities of the great souls, the devotees of the Lord, the glories of the Lord, and the glories of his devotee. Combined together, comprise the complete knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Krishna showed his mother the complete universal creation within his mouth, while she, completely charmed by her son, wanted to look inside the mouth of the Lord just to see how much earth the child had eaten. By the grace of the Lord, the devotees are able to see everything in the universe within the mouth of the Lord.
Thank
The
you.
way, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Krishna.
Thank you. Chandraval Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
The very idea of scientific division of 4 classes of human society and 4 orders of life is also inquired about here with on the basis of individual personal quality. The 4 divisions are exactly like the 4 divisions of one's personal body. The parts and parcels of the body are non-different from the body, but by themselves they are not they are only parts. This is the significance of the whole scientific system of 4 castes and 4 social orders. The value of such scientific division of human society can be ascertained only in terms of proportionate development of devotional service to the Lord. Any person employed in government service, including the president, is a part and parcel of the entire government. Everyone is a government servant, but no one is the government himself. This is the position of all living entities in the government of the Supreme Lord. No one can artificially claim the supreme position of the Lord, but everyone is meant to serve the purpose of the Supreme Whole. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. We'll lead one more round. So, text 17, Samyukta Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Translation. Please explain all the different ages in the duration of the creation and also the duration of such ages. Also tell me about the different activities of the different incarnations of the Lord in different ages. Purport. Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all the incarnations of the Supreme Lord. Although not different from him, are emanations from the Supreme. Maharaja Parishit inquired from the great and learned sage Sukadeva Goswami about the different activities of such incarnations, so that the incarnation of the Lord might be confirmed by his activities in the authoritative scriptures. Maharaj Parishit was not to be carried away by the sentiments of the common man to accept an incarnation of the Lord very cheaply. Instead, he wished to accept the incarnation of the Lord by symptoms mentioned in the Vedic literatures and confirmed by an Acharya like Sukadeva Goswami. The Lord descends by his internal energy without any obligation to the laws of material nature, and thus his activities are also uncommon. The specific activities of the Lord are mentioned, and one should know that the activities of the Lord and the Lord himself are identical, due to being on the absolute plane. Thus, to hear the activities of the Lord means to associate with the Lord directly, and association with the Lord directly means purification from material contamination. We have already discussed this point in the previous volume. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Sirisha Mataji, text 18.
Prabhuji, do you want me to take the host? I can take the host.
Acha. Yeah. అంటే చదివిపిస్తారా మరి మొత్తది?
నేను చదివిపిస్తాను Prabhuji. అన్ని పనులు ఫినిష్ చేస్తాను.
షూర్ షూర్. 2818 ఓపెన్ చేయండి. తర్వాత శ్లోకాది కూడా ఓపెన్ చేసుకుని పెట్టుకుని పోతాయి ఇంకో ట్యాబ్ లో. శ్లోకాది లెట్ మీ ఫార్వర్డ్ వన్ మోర్ టైం.
రీడింగ్ గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టారా?
వేద రీడింగ్ గ్రూప్ లో ఉంది, బట్ లెట్ మీ ఫార్వర్డ్ అగైన్.
ఉంది ప్రభుజీ, నేను ఓపెన్ చేశాను.
ఓకే రైట్. ఇంకొక రౌండ్ చదివించి శ్లోకాలు చెక్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. Yeah. Thank you all devotees. Actually, I am coming back to Hyderabad. I have to wrap up few things. Thank you so much for your association. None other problem.
Yes, ma'am. Everyone next turn over.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Sirisha Mataji.
Translation. Please also explain what may generally be the common religious applications of human society, as well as their specific occupational duties in religion. The classification of the social orders as well as the administrative royal orders and the religious principles for one who may be in distress. Purport. The common religion of all classes of human beings, regardless of whosoever and whatsoever one may be, is devotional service. Even the animals may be included in devotional service to the Lord. And the best example is set by Sri Brajaranga Gaji or Hanuman, the great devotee of Lord Sri Rama. As we have already discussed, even the aborigines and cannibals can also be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord if they happen to be under the guidance of a genuine devotee of the Lord. In the Skanda Purana, there is a narration that a hunter in the jungle became the most enlightened devotee of the Lord by the guidance of Sri Narada Muni. Therefore, devotional service to the Lord can be equally shared by every living being. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Actually, this shloka, na, there are three dharmas, which is very emphasized in this shloka, which are very important actually. One is the sadharana dharma. The other one is apad dharma. Mataji, can you go to the shloka? Nirnam sadharana dharma. Sadharana dharma, savishesha dharma and apad dharma. Rajarshinam cha dharma krichrena jivitam. Krichresha means distress. So what are the duties of the people who are sadharan, normal, when they're in normal times? And then savishesha, according to their nature. What is the duty of a person according to his nature? And the third one is apad dharma, krishresha dharma, means when he is in completely distress, how should the dharma be? What his dharma should be? So that is what the question is. It is very important question, and the answer is actually given in. This answer will be given by Asura king. Who is that? Prahlad Maharaj. Okay. After he becoming a king, he will describe how a society should be divided and what are all the duties of different prescribed living beings. This is a bit important thing because this is directly connected to the seventh. Generally, this is quoted whenever we have been asking what should be our dharma. Should the varnashram dharma, should we continue that or we should do only bhakti? For that, the question is this thing. Parikshit Maharaj asked the same question. The answer will be given by Prahlad Maharaj. Okay, please remember this. Sadharana dharma and swati. What is the first swati?
Savishesha dharma, apatkala dharma.
Savishesha dharma, apad dharma. Okay, krishresha dharma. Yeah, please go ahead, Maharaj.
Who is still remaining to read? Hare Krishna.
Mataji, myself and Vani Mataji, I think. Madhavi Mataji, Vani Mataji.
అంటే ఇది సెకండ్ రౌండ్ కదా, అంటే ఈవెన్ ఐ హావ్ రెడ్ వన్స్. ఓకే, సో మాతాజీ మీరు చదవండి అయితే.
Yeah, Vani Mataji ఉంది Mataji, Vani Mataji, Madhavi Mataji. I'll read at the end.
చదవనా Mataji? Okay. Religious affiliation in terms of different countries and cultural circumstances is obviously not the common religion of the human being. Rather, the basic principle is devotional service. Even if a particular type of religious principle does not recognize the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the followers still have to obey the disciplinary principles laid down by a particular leader. Such a leader of a religious sect is never the supreme leader because such a circumstantial leader comes to the position of leadership after undergoing some penance. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not, however, require to be under disciplinary action to become leader, as we see in the activities of Lord Krishna. The occupational duties of the caste and the orders of the society, following the principles of livelihood, also depend on the principle of devotional service. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that the person can achieve the highest perfection of life simply by awarding the results of his occupational duty unto the devotional service of the Lord. People following the principles of devotional service of the Lord can never be put into difficulty, and thus there cannot be any question of apad dharma, or religion in distress. As will be explained in this book by the greatest authority, Srila Sukadev Goswami, there is no religion save and except the devotional service of the Lord, though this may be presented in different forms.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Madhuri Mataji, Hare Krishna, are you in a position to read?
Yeah, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, can you come closer to the Wi-Fi? Actually, voice is not clear.
Okay, Mataji.
Yeah,
yeah. Translation. Kindly explain all about the elementary principles of creation, the number of such elementary principles, their causes and their development, and also the process of devotional service and the method of mystic power. Yeah. Translation. What are the opulences of the great mystic, and what is their ultimate realization? How does the perfect mystic become detached from the subtle astral body? What is the basic knowledge of the Vedic literature, including the branches of history and the supplementary Puranas? Purport. The Yogeshwara, or the master of mystic power, can exhibit 8 kinds of wonders of perfection by becoming smaller than the atom or lighter than a feather, getting anything and everything he desires, going anywhere and everywhere he likes, creating even a planet in the sky, etc. There are many Yogeshwaras having different proficiencies in this wonderful power, and the topmost of all of them is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the greatest yogi, and he can perform such wonderful things. Far behind the ordinary living beings, the devotees of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, do not directly practice the process of mystic powers. But by the grace of the Lord, his devotee can defeat even a great Yogeshwara like Durvasa Muni, who picked a quarrel with Maharaja Ambarisha and wanted to show the wonderful excellence of his mystic powers. Maharaja Ambarisha was a true devotee of the Lord, and thus, without any effort on his part of the Lord, saved him from the wrath of Yogeshwara Durvasa Muni, and the latter was obliged to beg pardon from the king. Similarly, at the time of Draupadi's precarious position, when she was attacked by the Kurus, who wanted to see her naked in the open assembly of the royal order, the Lord saved her from being stripped by supplying an unlimited length of sari to cover her. And Draupadi knew nothing of mystic power. Therefore, the devotees are also Yogeshwaras by the unlimited power of the Lord, just as child is powerful by the strength of the parents. They do not try to protect themselves by any artificial means, but are saved by the mercy of the parents. Shall I continue, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, you can finish this.
Maharaja Parikshit inquired from the learned Brahmana Sukadeva Goswami about the ultimate destination of such great mystics, or how they attain such extraordinary powers by their own efforts or by the grace of the Lord. He inquired also about their detachment from the subtle and gross material body. He inquired also about the purpose of the Vedic knowledge. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 15.15, the whole purport of all the Vedas is to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus become a transcendental loving servant of the Lord. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Lavanya Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Please explain unto me how the living beings are generated, how they are maintained, and how they are annihilated. Tell me also of the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service unto the Lord. What are the Vedic rituals and injunctions of the supplementary Vedic rites, and what are the procedures of religion, economic development, and sense satisfaction? Purport. Samplava, in the sense of perfect means, is employed to denote the discharging of devotional service. And Pratisamplava means just the opposite, or that which destroys the progress of devotional service. One who is firmly situated in the devotional service of the Lord can very easily execute the function of conditioned life, Living the conditioned life is just like playing a boat in the middle of the ocean. One is completely at the mercy of the ocean, and at every moment there is every chance of being drawn in the ocean by slight agitation. If the atmosphere is all right, the boat can ply very easily, undoubtedly. But if there is some storm, fog, wind, or cloud, there is every very possibility of being drawn in the ocean. No one can control the whims of the ocean. However, one may be materially well equipped. One who has crossed the oceans by ship may have sufficient experience of such dependence upon the mercy of the ocean. But one can fly over the ocean of material existence by the grace of the Lord very easily, without any fear of storm or fog. It all depends on the will of the Lord. No one can help if there is some unfortunate danger in the state of conditioned life. The devotees of the Lord, however, cross the ocean of material existence without anxiety because a pure devotee is always protected by the Lord. From Bhagavad Gita 9.13. The Lord gives special attention to his devotees in their activities within the material conditioned life. From Bhagavad Gita 9.29. Therefore, everyone should take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord and be a pure devotee of the Lord by all means. Can I continue, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Inkoka para chalan.
Yeah.
This is a big purport.
One should know, therefore, from the expert spiritual master the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service. I'm reading one more time. One should know, therefore, from the expert spiritual master the advantages and disadvantages of discharging devotional service, just as Maharaj Parikshit asked his spiritual master, Srila Shukadeva Goswami. According to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the science of devotional service, one should not eat more than what he requires to maintain body and soul together. Vegetable diets and milk are sufficient for maintenance of the human body, and therefore one has no need to eat anything more to satisfy the palate. One should also not accumulate money to become puffed in the material world. One should earn his livelihood easily and honestly, for it is better to become a coolie for an honest livelihood than to become a great man in the society by hook or crook. There is no harm if one becomes the richest man in the world by honest dealings. But one should not sacrifice the honest means of livelihood simply to accumulate wealth. Such an endeavor is harmful to devotional service. One should not talk nonsense. A devotee's business is to earn the favor of the Lord. Therefore, a devotee should always glorify the Lord in his wonderful creations. A devotee should not decry the creation of the Lord, defying him by saying that he has created a false world. The world is not false. Factually, we have to take so many things from the world for our maintenance. So, how can we say that the world is false? Similarly, how can one think of the Lord as being without form? How can one become formless and at the same time have an all intelligent and consciousness, direct and indirect? So, there are many things for a pure devotee to learn, and he should learn them perfectly from a bona fide spiritual master like Sukadeva Goswami. Hare Krishna.
Anybody else left? Anybody there to read? Hare Krishna. The favorable conditions for discharging devotional service are that one should be very enthusiastic in serving the Lord. The Lord, in his form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, wanted the cult of devotional service to the Lord to be preached all over the world in every nook and corner, and therefore a pure devotee's duty is to discharge this order as far as possible. Every devotee should be very enthusiastic not only in performing his daily rituals of devotional service, but in trying to preach the cult peacefully by following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. If he is not superficially successful in such an attempt, he should not be deterred from the discharge of his duty. Success or failure has no meaning for a pure devotee because he is a soldier in the field. Preaching the cult of devotional service is something like declaring war against materialistic life. There are different kinds of materialists, such as the fruitive workers, the mental speculators, the mystic jugglers, and so many others. All of them are against the existence of Godhead. They would declare that they are themselves God, although in every step and in every action they are dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Therefore, a pure devotee may not associate with such gangs of atheists. A strong devotee of the Lord will not be misled by such atheistic propaganda of the non-devotees, but a neophyte devotee should be very cautious about them. A devotee should see to the right discharge of devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master and should not stick only to the formalities. Under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, one should see how much service is being executed and not simply in the matter of rituals. A devotee should not hanker after anything, but he should be satisfied with things that may automatically come to him by the will of the Lord. That should be the principle of devotional life. And all these principles are easily learned under the guidance of a spiritual master like Shukdev Goswami. Maharaja Parikshit inquired from Shukdev correctly, and one should follow his example. Maharaja Parikshit inquired about the process of creation, maintenance, and destruction of the material world, the process of Vedic rituals, and the method of executing pious activities in terms of the supplementary Vedas, like the Puranas and Mahabharata. As explained before, the Mahabharata is the history of ancient India, and so also are the Puranas. Pious acts are prescribed in the supplementary Vedas, Smritis, which specifically mention digging tanks and wells for the water supply of the people in general, to plant trees on the public roads, to construct public temples and places of worship of God, to establish places of charity where the poor destitutes can be provided with foodstuffs, and similar activities are called purta. Similarly, the process of fulfilling the natural desires for sense gratification was also inquired about by the king for the benefit of all concerned. Hare Krishna. So, we'll start the Sloka recitation. Is this visible?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారా సునీత మాతాజీ?
Yes, Mataji.
చేయండి.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Bhagavad Gita 4.8 Paritranaaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. Bhagavad Gita 4.9 Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita 4.34 Tat vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadyekshanti te gnanam gnaninastatvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Bhagavad Gita 5.22 Ye hi samsparshaja bhoga dukkayonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Bhagavad Gita 5.29. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarvabhutanam gnatva mam shanti mrichati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam sameyukta tamo mataha. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Ramreti Prabhu unnara Mataji?
Mataji, do last Mataji.
Okay. Next, who will go? Sandhya
Hare
Mataji? Who wants to do?
Hare Krishna Mataji, I will do.
Cheyandi Mataji.
Bhagavad Gita 4.8. Paritranaya sadhuna vinachaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanataya sambhavami devi. Translation. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Janma karna cha me vinyam evam yo vedi tattvatah tekkadeham punarjanna naiti mameti soarjuna. Translation. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita 4.3. तद्विधीवनिपातेन परप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्षान्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनः तत्त्वदर्शिनः. Translation. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Bhagavad Gita 5.22. ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोग दुःखयोनय एव ते अत्यन्तवन्त कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधा. Translation. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Bhagavad Gita 5.29. भोक्तारमिज्ञतपस्यां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमुच्यते. Translation. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and beneficiary of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material misery. Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Yoginamapi sarvesha matkatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam sameyuktatamo mataha. Translation. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving services to me, he is most intimately united with me, yoga, and is highest of all. That is my opinion. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Sandhya Mataji chestara? Okay. There's a problem. Next evaru Bhakti Shastri evaru unnaru?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat Pranam cheyandi.
Gita 4.8. परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. To deliver the pious and the annihilated the miscreant, as well as to re-establish and the principle of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Janma karma cha me divyam ivam yo veti tattvataha tyakva deham punajanma naiti mameti sha. So Arjuna, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again and this material world, but attain my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita 4.34. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadyakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshanaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge into you because they have seen the truth. Bhagavad Gita 5.22. Ye hi samsparsaja bhoga dukkha yune atyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the source of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasure have a beginning and end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Bhagavad Gita 5.29. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram Sukadam sarva bhutanam gyatvam mam santi mochyati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifice and austerity, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the beneficiary and benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Yoginam api sarvesham madgaten nantara atmana Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. And of all yogis, the one with a great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself and render transcendental loving services to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Who's
Krishna
next?
Mataji.
Yeah, I'm ready, Prabhu. Cheyandi.
Yeah, sorry. Bhagavad Gita 4.8. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Translation: to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita 4.34. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upaddekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Bhagavad Gita 5.22 Yehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have the beginning and an end, and so the wise man does not delight in them. Bhagavad Gita 5.29 Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarva bhutanam gnatva mam shantim richati. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Bhagavad Gita 6.47 Yoginamapi sarvesham madgate nantaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamo mataha. And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and he is the highest of all. That is my opinion. Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else wants to do? Hare Krishna. Srisha Mataji chestara only shlokas. Do you want to do?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Bhagavad Gita 4.8 Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dukshrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Bhagavad Gita 4.9 Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vitti tatvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Bhagavad Gita 4.34 Tadvitti pranipatena pariprishneena sevaya upadekshyanti te gnanam gnaninas tattvadarshina. Bhagavad Gita 5.22 Ehi samsparsha jabhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nate shuramate buddha. Bhagavad Gita 5.29 Bhoktaram yagnatapasham sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarvabhutanam gnatva mam shantim richati. Bhagavad Gita 6.47 Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yukta tamo mataha. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Lavani Mataji chestara?
Yeah. మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారా మాతాజీ?
పర్లేదు మాతాజీ, మీరు చేయండి, నేను మళ్ళీ అడుగుతాను.
Yeah, I'll do శ్లోక. పరిత్రాణాయ సాధూనాం వినాశాయ చ దుష్కృతాం ధర్మ సంస్థాపనార్థాయ సంభవామి యుగే యుగే. జన్మ కర్మ చ మే దివ్యం ఏవం యో వేత్తి తత్వతః త్యక్త్వా దేహం పునర్జన్మ నైతి మామేతి సోర్జున. తద్విత్తి ప్రణిపాతేన పరిప్రశ్నేన సేవయా ఉపదేక్ష్యంతి తే జ్ఞానం జ్ఞానినస్తత్వదర్శినా. ఏహి సంస్పర్శజా భోగా దుఃఖయోనయా ఏవ తే ఆద్యంతవంత కౌంతేయ నతేషు రమతే బుధా. భోక్తారం యజ్ఞతపసాం సర్వలోకమహేశ్వరం సుహృదం సర్వభూతానాం జ్ఞాత్వా మాం శాంతిరుచ్యతి. योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ता तमो मता. हरे कृष्ण माता. Thank you.
వాణి మాతాజీ చేస్తారా?
Yes, Mataji, I'll try. परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सो अर्जुन. तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेशान्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिना यो ही संपरा जब one minute माताजी
ये ही संस्पर्श जात होगा
ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःख योनय एव ते आद्ये अंतवंत कौन्तेय नातेषु रमते बुधा చాలా చిన్నదే పట్టు మాతాజీ ఫాంట్ భోక్తారం యజ్ఞ తపసాం సర్వలోక మహేశ్వరం సుహృదం సర్వభూతానాం యత్వా మాం శాంతిం రక్షతి థ్యాంక్ యూ योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ता तमो मतः Thank you, Mataji. I'm done. Thanks.
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सो अर्जुन तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्त कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधा भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ता तमो मतः Hare Krishna. Anybody pending? We can conclude the call otherwise. Okay, we'll conclude the call. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद बुक रीडिंग की जय श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय जय गौर हरि प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.